Hello everyone, this is Dr. P.R. Chaudhary from KKWA College of Agriculture, Nasik. Today we will be studying different nutritional disorders under the course FST 362 Food Science and Nutrition. Nutritional disorders are diseases that occur when a person's dietary intake does not contain the right amount of nutrients for healthy functioning, or when a person cannot correctly absorb nutrients from food. Nutritional disorders can be caused by undernutrition, overnutrition, or an incorrect balance of nutrients. There are different types of nutritional disorders such as protein energy malnutrition, vitamin A deficiency, nutritional anemia, iodine deficiency, fluorosis, and vitamin B complex deficiency. We will be studying vitamin B complex deficiency in our next video. Protein energy malnutrition is the leading cause of death in children in developing countries. It develops in children whose consumption of protein and energy is insufficient to satisfy their nutritional needs. There are major two types of protein energy malnutrition, marasmus and kwashiorkor. Marasmus is caused by deficiency of protein and calories. It is mainly inadequate energy intake in all forms including protein. Whereas kwashiorkor is caused by only protein deficiency and the diet usually has adequate energy intake. Marasmus, which is caused by total calorie or energy depletion, is characterized by stunted growth and wasting of muscle and tissue. Marasmus usually develops between the ages of 6 months to 1 year in children who have been weaned from breast milk or who suffer from weakening condition such as chronic diarrhea. Usually the body weight will be reduced to 60% of the normal body weight for that age. The most common symptoms include muscle wasting, loss of muscle mass and subcutaneous fat mass, growth retardation, old person's face, and unusual body temperature. Kwashiorkor, on the other hand, is a severe form of malnutrition mainly caused by protein deficiency. This condition usually appears at the age of 12 to 18 months when breastfeeding is discontinued, but it can develop at any time during a child's formative years. Fat reserves and muscle mass tend to be normal, giving a deceptive appearance of adequate nutrition. The most common symptoms are easily pluckable hair, dry peeling scaly skin, moon face, that is round swollen face, edema, which is swelling caused due to fluid retention in the body, hair discoloration, distended abdomen, that is bloated abdomen, and liver enlargement. In addition, it will also delay wound healing process and cause reduced cellular immune function. In this slide, we can compare the symptoms of marasmus versus kwashiorkor. The child on the left hand side is suffering from kwashiorkor. You can see it has pale and thinned hair. Face will appear rounded moon face. There will be thin muscles but still fat will be present. Distended or bloated abdomen, scaly pigmented skin, and swollen ankles with pitting edema. On the other hand, the right hand side child is suffering from marasmus. Hair will look normal. Face will look like an old person's face. There will be severe wasting, thin muscles with no fat present on the body. Skin will appear wrinkled. However, there will be no edema seen. Vitamin A is a crucial nutrient for eye health and immunity. Vitamin A deficiency or hypovitaminosis is a lack of vitamin A in blood and tissues. It is common in poorer countries, especially among children, and also in women of reproductive age. Night blindness is one of the first signs of vitamin A deficiency. However, in severe cases, it can lead to xerophthalmia, keratomalacia, and complete blindness. Night blindness is a type of vision impairment also known as nyctalopia, where the eyes are unable to adapt to low light conditions such as night time. However, night blindness doesn't mean that you can't see at night. The person will usually have poor vision at night or in dimly lit environments. It occurs due to impaired function of specific vision cells, namely the rods in the retina. In the picture below, left picture shows vision of normal person while right picture shows impaired vision under night blindness. Xerophthalmia. The symptoms of xerophthalmia start out mild and then progressively worsen if vitamin A deficiency isn't treated. Lack of vitamin A can dry out your tear ducts and eyes. Xerophthalmia can develop into night blindness or more serious damage to your cornea, the outer layer of the eyes. It can also develop into keratomalacia, in which the cornea gets cloudy and softens. Xerophthalmia damage may take the form of white spots on your eyes and ulcers on the corneas. It usually can be reversed with a vitamin A therapy. The next nutritional disorder is nutritional anemia. Nutritional anemia includes all pathological conditions in which the blood hemoglobin concentration drops to an abnormally low level due to deficiency in one or more nutrients. Hemoglobin is a protein found in red blood corpuscles that transports and supplies oxygen in body, which is required for your energy generation. According to the World Health Organization, if hemoglobin concentration falls below 7.5 millimolar per liter in women or 8 millimolar per liter in men, it is considered to be anemic condition. The main nutrients involved in the synthesis of hemoglobin are iron, folic acid and vitamin B12, and their deficiencies usually leads to nutritional anemia. Iron deficiency is by far the first cause of nutritional anemia worldwide, affecting more than 3.5 billion people in developing countries. In India, nearly 79% of children below the age of 3 suffer from varying degrees of anemia. Folic acid deficiency is less widespread and is often observed with iron deficiency. Vitamin B12 deficiency anemia is also known as pernicious anemia and is very rare. The main symptoms of nutritional anemia are fatigue, lack of energy, paleness of hands, eyelids, fingernails, hair loss, swelling of ankles, depression, muscle twitching, numbness, and burning and chest pain. Endemic goiter is a type of goiter that is associated with dietary iodine deficiency. Some inland areas where soil and water lacks in iodine compounds and consumption of marine foods is low, usually higher incidence of goiter is observed. In such areas, goiter is said to be endemic. Goiter is an abnormal enlargement of thyroid gland, and this is usually preventable with iodine fortified salt, flour or water. Surgery is only necessary in complicated cases. The most common symptoms of endemic goiter include swelling at the base of neck, tight feeling in throat, coughing, hoarseness, difficulty in swallowing, and difficulty in breathing. The next nutritional disorder is fluorosis. Fluorosis is a disabling disease mainly caused by drinking fluoride contaminated water. Moderate amounts of fluoride lead to dental effects which are marked by mottling of teeth, while long-term ingestion of large amounts of fluoride can lead to potentially severe calcification of ligaments and skeletal problems. Fluoride contamination occurs when drinking water concentration of fluorine increases 3 to 5 ppm. There are two types of fluorosis, skeletal and dental. In dental fluorosis, the effect of fluoride can be seen on the teeth enamel, while in skeletal fluorosis, the bones are affected the most. Apart from these, patients also get affected by neurological problems, thyroid imbalance, and nutritional deficiencies. Chronic high level of exposure to fluoride can lead to skeletal fluorosis. In skeletal fluorosis, fluoride accumulates in bone progressively over many years. The early symptoms of skeletal fluorosis include stiffness and pain in joints. In severe cases, the bone structure may change and ligaments may calcify with resulting impairment of muscles and pain. In India, more than 1 lakh villages and over 10 million people stand to face disability due to high fluoride content in water. Fluorosis affects children and women the most. Pregnant mothers are most vulnerable to this disease. Dental fluorosis, on the other hand, is a cosmetic condition that affects the teeth. It is caused by overexposure to fluoride during the first 8 years of life. This is the time when most permanent teeth are being formed. After the teeth come in, the teeth of those affected by fluorosis may appear mildly discolored. This can be observed in the picture below. Dental fluorosis is characterized by staining and pitting of teeth. In more severe cases, all the tooth enamel may be damaged. So these are the nutritional disorders. We will be studying vitamin B nutritional disorders in our next class. Thank you.